Before the story starts, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
The sky burned red as the alien city lay in ruins. Smoke and fire covered the streets. Buildings, once tall and shining, now crumbled into dust. The air was thick with the smell of burning metal. Amidst the chaos, one figure stood alone. A human warrior. Strong, fearless, and determined. He looked around, his heart steady. He had come to defeat the alien Overlord, the ruler of this galaxy. Many had tried. Many had failed. But he was different. He did not fight only with strength. He fought with intelligence and courage. The ground shook. A dark shadow loomed over the warrior. The alien Overlord had arrived. Towering over the ruins, it had glowing eyes and armor that shimmered like black steel. Its voice echoed, deep and terrifying. "You dare challenge me, human?" Without a word, the warrior charged. The Overlord swung a massive weapon, and the ground cracked. Sparks flew as the warrior dodged with incredible speed. He ran, jumped, and struck with precision. Each move was clever, each attack carefully planned. The battle was fierce. Alien soldiers joined the fight, but the warrior moved like a storm. He fought with every ounce of his skill. He used the environment, hiding behind walls, leaping over broken buildings, setting traps for the enemies. The Overlord laughed, a chilling sound that shook the ruins. The warrior felt pain. A burn on his arm, a cut on his cheek. But he did not stop. He could not stop. He knew the fate of his people and the galaxy depended on him. He had to win. The Overlord raised its weapon for a final blow. The warrior saw an opening. With lightning speed, he dodged and struck at the Overlord's weak point. There was a loud explosion, and the Overlord fell. Silence filled the ruined city. The warrior breathed heavily, his chest rising and falling. He had won. He had defeated the most powerful being in the galaxy. But the victory was short. Strange lights appeared in the sky. Alien officials descended. Their faces were serious, their eyes cold. They spoke in a language the warrior barely understood. Then, one of them spoke in perfect English. "By the law of our galaxy," the official said, "any human who defeats the Overlord must marry the 3 queens of our realm." The warrior froze. Shock and disbelief washed over him. Marry 3 queens? The thought was impossible. He had come to fight, to survive, to save his people, not to be trapped in alien politics. He looked around, the ruined city suddenly feeling smaller, the victory heavier. The queens? Who were they? What would they want from him? And most importantly, could he survive what was coming next? The warrior's mind raced, but one thing was clear. His journey was far from over. A new challenge had begun, one even greater than the battle he had just won. And as the alien officials stared at him, the warrior knew that nothing in the galaxy would ever be the same again. The human warrior blinked against the bright light as he was lifted into the sky. The ruined city disappeared beneath him, replaced by something he had never seen before, a palace that floated among glowing clouds, with towers that pierced the sky like sharp crystals. The air smelled strange, sweet and metallic, and everything felt alive. Alien officials surrounded him, their faces calm but unreadable. One spoke, voice echoing like a drumbeat, "You have won the battle. But victory has a price. The law demands that you marry the 3 queens of this realm." The warrior's heart sank. Marry 3 queens? He had fought wars, survived deadly planets, and defeated the strongest being in the galaxy. But this was another kind of war, one he had never trained for. As the palace doors opened, 3 figures appeared. Each queen stepped forward, and the warrior felt a mixture of awe and fear. Queen 1 was tall, with silver hair and eyes like shining ice. Calm, intelligent, her gaze pierced through him as if she could see every thought. Queen 2 was fierce. Her armor glinted under the strange light, and she carried a weapon that hummed with energy. Her eyes were sharp, daring him to make a move. Queen 3 was mysterious. She moved like a shadow, silent and unpredictable. A slight smile played on her lips, but her intentions were impossible to read. The warrior tried to speak, but words failed him. The queens circled him slowly, studying, testing, and challenging him. Their silence was louder than any battle cry he had ever heard. Suddenly, the officials brought forward a glowing tablet. "The law is clear," one said. "Refusal is not allowed. You will take your place among the queens or face consequences no human has ever survived." The warrior's mind raced. He had to think fast. He could not fight his way out this time. This law was not about strength, it was about strategy, courage, and understanding. Before he could react, a shadow flickered across the palace walls. Someone or something was watching him. Danger was near, and it was not from the queens. Someone wanted him gone. The warrior clenched his fists. He had faced impossible odds before. He had survived the deadliest enemies in the galaxy. And now, he would survive this. Somehow. But questions burned in his mind. Could he trust the queens? Were they allies, or part of a trap? And who was this hidden enemy, waiting in the palace shadows? The human warrior realized that winning the battle was only the beginning. The real challenge, the one that would test his mind, his courage, and his heart, was just beginning. And somewhere deep in the palace, unseen eyes followed his every move, waiting for the moment to strike. The human warrior woke to a palace that seemed alive. Every wall shimmered with colors he had never seen. Every shadow moved, as if watching him. But this time, he did not feel fear. He felt determination. He had survived battles that would have killed entire armies, and he would survive this alien laws, queens, and hidden enemies alike. The three queens were already waiting. Queen One's eyes studied him like a puzzle she intended to solve. Queen Two's stance was ready, as if daring him to make a mistake. Queen Three's smile was calm, but it hinted at secrets he could not yet understand. Before words could be spoken, alarms blared through the palace. Red lights flashed. Alien assassins had breached the outer walls, moving silently, quickly, and deadly. The warrior's mind raced. There was no time to be polite. No time to hesitate. He grabbed a weapon nearby, a strange alien blade that hummed with energy. The queens drew their own weapons, each uniquely deadly. Together, they formed a line, facing the shadowy attackers. The battle was intense. The warrior moved like water, dodging strikes and using his enemy's momentum against them. Queen One used her intelligence, predicting every attack. Queen Two was pure strength and fury, cutting through foes with precision. Queen Three disappeared into the shadows, striking where no one expected. For the first time, the warrior realized something remarkable. He was not just surviving. He was leading. Humans could adapt, learn, and think faster than any alien machine or law. Together, they turned the tide. The hidden enemy, the one who had wanted him dead, revealed itself, a massive alien general with armor darker than night. The warrior focused. Every move mattered. With a clever trap and a perfectly timed strike, he brought the general down. Silence fell once again over the palace, broken only by the warrior's heavy breathing. The queens approached him. No words were needed. Respect had been earned. Trust had been built. In that moment, he realized that victory was not just about fighting, it was about courage, intelligence, and heart. The warrior stood tall, the three queens by his side. The palace seemed brighter now, alive not with fear, but with possibility. The human had survived the galaxy's deadliest battles and its strangest laws. He had conquered not just enemies, but politics, strategy, and trust. And as he looked out over the floating city, the warrior knew one thing: one human, clever and brave, could change the course of an entire galaxy. The adventure was far from over, but for now, victory was his.
Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed it.